Hi.
Hey there. Who likes peanut butter?
Me.
You? Who likes marshmallows?
Me.
Yeah? Do you like confetti squares that are made from peanut butter and like butterscotch and marshmallows?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, we're going to try to make a sourdough that tries to capture that. So, let's see what we need to put in.
Hi again.
So we're going to be starting off here. This is 500 grams of strong baker's flour, just some nice white flour. But before I add that to anything, I'm going to take a look at my water. So I've got 40% based on the flour percentage or flour weight there. So 40% or 200 grams of filtered water. Now to that, and that's not a lot of water, but that's because some of our liquid is coming from butterscotch pudding snacks.
Yep.
So I've got some butterscotch pudding here. Smell good?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
All right. So you could go ahead and if you've got some homemade butterscotch, absolutely use that. This was just sort of a quick and easy solution on my end. So that's why I went with that.
Mm-hmm.
And these are 100-gram containers. So that's 200 grams. So again, that's 40% of the flour weight here. Get all of that in there. And now I'm just going to quickly blend it together a little bit. It does look yummy. It smells yummy. Now, just in case this isn't going to be weird and sticky enough, we're also going to be adding 100 grams, or this is 20% of peanut butter. And I'm going to do that now because I've added peanut butter to sourdough before later on in the process, and I found that it's a little bit messy. So I'm going to give it a whirl at this point. So I'm just going to mix this in by hand because, oh man, it feels gross. Just mix it up a little bit so it's not just one big lump of peanut butter. Now to this, we're going to be adding our flour. So you can help me out with that there, kiddo. Thank you. Pour that in. A little shimmy. Nice. Oh yeah, get that. And we've got some chips here. So I've got 15% or 75 grams each of butterscotch chips and peanut butter chips. So let's go ahead and toss those in. Wow. There we go. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up for a minute or so until it's all nicely incorporated. Okay, there we go. This smells amazing. All those chips, the butterscotch, the peanut butter, absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to get cleaned up here. I'm going to cover this up with some plastic, with a plastic cap, and we'll let it sit for around an hour or until my leaven is ready to add. Okay, so after an hour there, I've got this nice, goofy, beautiful leaven that's ready to go into this dough. I'm going to give it 125 grams or 25% weight there. Just a little bit more. Beautiful. So I'm going to just moisten my fingers here with some, or my hands with some filtered water. I'm going to spread this leaven over the top. I'm going to poke it in with my fingers just to drive it in through the dough a little bit. And now using pinch and folds over the next minute or so, I'm just going to make sure that it gets fully mixed into the dough. All right, there we are. It's all nicely incorporated. So I'm going to go ahead, cover that back up with some plastic, and give it 30 minutes. So after that half hour, I'm going to add 9 grams or 1.8% of some fine sea salt. I'm going to moisten my hands with filtered water, drive it into the dough with my fingers, and then some pinch and folds here to incorporate over the next minute or so. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to cover this back up with some plastic and give it 30 minutes. All right, after that 30 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and do a stretch and fold. I've got a girl who's excited. Well, two of them who are excited for this here. Oh, some firm dough. I think I'd be tempted to increase the hydration just a little bit next time I do this. It will make it a little bit easier. Smells so good. Smell it. Excellent. So I'm going to cover this up and give it 30 minutes, then we'll do a lamination. All right, so it is time to add some marshmallows here. Just going to pull out this sourdough. Yeah, and I'm going to do a lamination. So actually, what I should have done first was I'm just moistening the countertop here, getting nice and wet with some filtered water so that I can stretch this out with greater ease, even though this is not going to be easy because it's a little bit firm. So it's just going to take me a couple minutes here to get this stretched out relatively flat. All right, I think that is as flat as we're going to get this right now. So it is time to get on some marshmallows. So, girls, let's just have a nice strip of them in the middle here. In the middle third. Yeah, I'll try to help get them where they need to go. Okay, and that's enough for this. No, that's enough for this one. Just wait.
Red light.
Yep. All right. Now I'm going to fold this third over on top of here. Give it a nice love tap. And again, we can go in there. I'm going to find these stray chips. Get them back on. Don't want those to go to waste. Yeah, we can have a few more here. Here, go. Thank you. This. Nice. All right, no more on that side. I think we're probably good for here. So we'll fold this third over on top and over. No, we go right in the middle now. Okay, just in the middle section. I'm gonna try to do my patting. We'll spread them out. Not quite sure what these marshmallows are going to do when we bake, but I guess we will find out. Okay, that's good enough here. Oh, that's good enough for here. And I'm gonna fold over like this. We need a few more on the top. So I didn't weigh these out, it's just going by appearance. Seeing how many we can fit on here. One more here and one more here. All right, good stuff. And then I'm just gonna fold this up over the top.
Is this for me?
And kind of mold this down a little bit, give it a pat, fire this back into the bowl, and then we will give it 30 minutes. So after that 30 minutes, I'm going to attempt to do a bit of a coil fold, which will be a little tricky, I think, just because of all of the marshmallows and the chips in here. I'm just kind of tightening it around, bringing it around. So not a true coil fold, but the best under the conditions. I'll probably do one more of these in half an hour and then let it go until it's done fermenting. So a couple hours after that second coil fold, this is looking a little jiggly, and given that we've got all those chips and those marshmallows and everything in there, I would say that that's a fairly good indication that this is fermented, even though it's not as jiggly as it would be if we didn't have all that goodness in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and flour my hands a bit here and give this just a quick pre-shaping. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes covered up here now, and then we will come back and do a final shaping. Okay, time to finish this off, so I'm going to just get a little bit more flour on the hands, give it a final shaping here. Not much work required. This is already, it's not really coming apart or falling or pancaking or anything like that on me. The shape is really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of rice flour on the top there. I've got quite a bit of rice flour in my banneton already, just trying to ensure that this doesn't really stick tomorrow when I go to get it out. Just pop it into here like this. I'm going to cover it back up with this plastic cap and into the fridge overnight. Okay.
So good. Hi.
All right, this is morning of the bake. I've got the oven with the cast iron preheated at 500 degrees. The cast iron combo cooker in there. Got some excited girls. I'm just gonna flip this over. Already has a nice coating of rice flour on there, so I'm not worried about that. What did you see? Oh, a chip made it. You got left in the basket. That's okay. All right, so just do a nice simple score on there. Couldn't see that. Anyway, little score, and I'm going to toss this into the oven. I'm going to cover it up.
Hot.
Cover it up with the lid. And then turn the heat down to 440 degrees and give it 30 minutes. All right, after 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and pop off that lid. Awesome. And now I'm going to turn it down to 420 and give it around 20 minutes. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pop this off the cast iron just to help prevent excess burning. Just like that. All right, and after 20 minutes, I'm going to pull out the bread. I'm going to set it over here and let it cool down. Here we are. Oh, we can see some marshmallows that certainly didn't make it. I'm really curious to see what they are like on the inside, if any of them sort of survived. This is the great experiment. Who's excited?
Me.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, let us slice into this confetti square sourdough and see what the heck happened on the inside.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
And
Ooh, look at that. So the marshmallows kind of melted, which is not really a surprise, but we do have some little bursts of color from them in there. I guess the trick now is to see how it tastes.
uh-huh.
So somebody here couldn't even wait to dig into it. She just... How is it?
Amazing.
Mmm. Yeah. So while the marshmallows definitely melted during that cooking process, which, like I said, is not a surprise, the flavor of them is still there. You have the peanut butter, you've got the butterscotch. It smells exactly like a confetti square. It tastes just like it. Also, it's extremely moist, and I think a large part of that has to do with the inclusion of that butterscotch pudding on the inside. Wow. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Did this take you to 11?
What?
This is my life.